Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the new Skoda Octavia RS 245. And this small appendix has a big impact on the car because it stands for its horsepower. And its 245 PS makes it the most powerful Skoda Octavia built yet. Until now, especially the station wagon always stood for simply clever. But this car will try to prove that Skoda is not only clever, it's also sporty, passionate and emotional. If you want to know if that's true and how the car feels, handles and behaves with its 245 horsepower, join me on my test drive and I'll tell you more about it here on Thomas Geiger Car. When you drive the Octavia slowly with your family, it's just a comfortable cruiser. But once you're alone and you push the pedal, it changes its character dramatically, especially in the RS mode. Then it really gets stiff and it shakes you quite heavily on bad country roads like that. The steering is sharp, and with the wider wheel stands and the additional differential, it really goes around the corners quite quick. So that's somehow impressive and very vitalizing, and you got lots of fun driving the car on tight roads like we do it here. The car is powered by a 2-liter turbocharged engine that is tuned once again and now delivers 245 horsepower and 370 Newton meters of torque. For sure, if you drive a BMW, Mercedes or Audi, this sounds somehow boring. But for a Skoda, that's the hell of a power, and the car really drives as fast as you might imagine. 0 to 100 in 6.6 seconds and 250 top speed easily. That is something to get your nerves excited, and it's not a boring Pampas bomber anymore. As you know it from at least the other higher grades of the regular Octavia, also the RS model has different drive profiles that you can change with a switch. The switch is in the center console, is called RS mode, and when you press the button you got 4 different setups, from Eco to Comfort to Normal to Sport, and you can even make your individual setting. And in every case the car is going to get a bit more aggressive, a bit sharper, a bit louder, and at least you have a little more fun with it. While other cars pretend to be very sporty, even with a poor engine, with the Skoda RS 245 it's the other way around. Because the car is looking pretty normal, even with his heavy and big and powerful engine. The only thing that makes the difference is the front spoiler, the aggressive LED lights and the black grille with this RS badge in front. If you see this in your back view mirror, then you better move aside and give the car its way. Same as from the outside, also from the inside, the Octavia RS 245 is something like an undercover sports car, because it only looks a little more sporty than the regular model and not that muscular bodybuilding car that really likes to impress everybody. No, even in the bucket seats you can sit very comfortable, And in the steering wheel, the only difference is the red stitching on the gear shifter, and that's it. So you still enjoy a lot of long distance comfort. The car is very solid, very relaxing, just until the moment you hit the pedal and then the music begins to play. Really impressive in the new Octavia is its infotainment system. And it doesn't make a difference if you take a 1 liter 3-cylinder or the 2 liter turbocharged engine of the RS model. But this big touchscreen is the most beautiful one you can get in that segment. And even without the digital display of the Golf or the Audi, this car is looking very, very modern. You got the best graphics you can imagine. You can easily touch and wipe and swipe. You can zoom in, zoom out. In some menus you also got something like gesture control and can change the display with just waving in front of it. That's a pretty cool feature. Thank you for joining me on that first test drive with the new Škoda Octavia RS 245. On the one hand, I'm a bit disappointed because the car is looking so normal. No white fenders, no big spoilers, nothing to make the people's heads turn around. But on the other hand, this car is not for showing off. It is just a pure sports car, and once you hit the pedal, you definitely feel its power. And you will have a lot of fun with it. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Thank you, tschüsschen, and bye-bye.